Hello, everybody, and welcome to our weekly HireMilitary Hot Jobs. Thank you for joining us. If it's your first time, thank you very much for finding us out here. If you're returning for second, third, fourth time, welcome back. It's great to have you all back here. This is something we do every week for about 30 minutes, every Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern time, where we get to share some direct hire job roles for veterans, military spouses, and skill bridge opportunities for the transitioning service members. We're here for everyone within the military community, whether you're a transitioning service member, veteran, military spouse. These are things that we like to share with you and then offer some advice, before we get started with jobs. And at the end, we can answer some questions. So again, if you're interested in anything specific, introduce yourself. If you're looking for a skill bridge opportunity, if you're looking for a direct hire opportunity, where are you located? Are you watching live? Or if you're watching it after we air, let us know what you're looking for. We work with so many companies nationwide, lots of new organizations that we're, partnering with weekly, sharing new jobs. Share with us what you are looking for. While you're in the chat typing all of that in there, we're just going to do some quick introductions. My name is Matt. I'm one of the recruiters here with HireMilitary. I transitioned out of the Marine Corps last year. I started off my career with HireMilitary in the Skill Bridge program, got brought on as an account manager, eventually transitioned into the talent acquisition team. I'm located out in East Tennessee. It's beautiful out here. It's been almost a year and a half since I started the Skill Bridge, about a year since retirement. It's been a long process, doing the job hunting, a year and a half ago, going through the transition process. So reach out to us if you're having, any issues with your transition as well. We're all here for everything, all types of support. I'll turn it over to Amber.
Thanks, Matt. I'm so happy to be here with everybody today. My name's Amber. I'm on the recruiting team here at HireMilitary. I'm an Air Force veteran. It feels like a lifetime ago that I was active duty, and I wear a military spouse hat now. So I'm very, very happy to be here. So happy to see everybody tuning in too. We have lots of new people, lots of folks tuning in from nationwide. So I will send it over to you, Audrey.
Thank you, Amber. I appreciate you. So Audrey Paul, Skill Bridge recruiter, 22 years, active duty Air Force with a background in logistics and first sergeant. Happy to be here. I see all the people in the chats. Yes, we had a great weekend. Always not long enough, right? But I'm just excited to get into it and bring as much value as we can.
All right. Thanks, Audrey. I appreciate it. Yeah, I saw, Amber, there's somebody that wants to see the giant mug. I don't know if you have that nearby.
I don't have it. Roberto, I saw your question. I should definitely move it in here, though, right? I feel like it fits maybe on this side, right?
I got mine.
There you go.
Our CEO, Mike Quinn, he likes to send us some nice little gifts, send some things out every now and then. So they're pretty good. But yeah, put in the comments some things that you're interested in hearing about. One of the things that we like to do, so yes, we do share the job opportunities, we share the direct hire opportunities, but also, we, have been in this industry for a little while, especially with the veteran support and things like that. We also like to offer some advice beforehand. So, I think last week we talked resumes. This week, one of the things I want to talk about is interview tips. One of the things I think is very important is just do your research on the company. Yeah, you're applying for a job, but you really, truly want to understand the company, what they do, what they're all about. Go to their website, read about, the mission statements. They're usually going to say some things that are most important to them, cultural pillars, their history, how they were founded, just little things like that. Going on their website, go on LinkedIn. If you know who you're interviewing with, try to find them on LinkedIn. They might have had the same job that you're applying for, and you can, build that relationship. And hey, this person's done this job before. You might have a similar education. You might have similar military background if they're a veteran or a military spouse. Like, you never know what their background is. So do some research, because that will help build that relationship and make you more memorable as you go after the interview. You stand a lot better chance of them remembering who you are and why you would be a good candidate for the job. It's just a couple of quick bits of advice from me. Audrey, what do you got?
Thanks, Matt. So, just like you said it, you want to be memorable, right? And I think one of the things that people don't think about is dressing for the part, like dress for the job that you want, dress for success, right? Also, on top of that, be confident. When you're going into these interviews, you got to be confident. Do that research, like Matt was talking about. Be ready for these questions that they're going to ask. All right, so over to you, Amber. What do you think?
Oh, those are some great tips, guys. Those are really great tips. I think in doing that research with the company, right, you learn so much. You may even learn that just in that research with the company that maybe that's not necessarily the ideal position for you, or maybe on the opposite, you realize, hey, this is definitely where I want to be, and you can position yourself as such going forward. But I think my big tips are keep your introduction concise. You know, when they ask that inevitable, tell me about yourself, you know, that sort of first question, keep it concise in terms of who are you, why did you apply for the job. And then as you move through the interview, keep that STAR format in mind: the situation, the task, the action. Always end with the results. The results really are the answers to the questions that the interviewer is asking you. I have one more tip: is always bring questions. I think there's nothing worse than an interview starting to wrap up and the interviewer asking, hey, you have any questions? And the person says, I don't have any questions. Bring some questions. I always encourage, 7 to 10 questions, knowing that there's a good chance you're going to get the majority of those answered in the duration of the interview. It'll leave you with a couple at least to fall back on that'll give you more insight into the role and help you really start to establish a relationship and a back and forth conversation from there.
Awesome. Thank you, Amber. So again, those are just like a few different tips. And again, these are some of the more common ones that, I've personally seen people go into an interview and struggle with, and ultimately kind of leads them not getting a job. It could be as simple as, just knowing who they are and what their background is and how to answer the questions the right way, and just being confident, looking professional. Even if it's a virtual interview, you dress the part. These are all very important things, especially from the military community, that the employers are going to expect coming from you. So I think it's really important to have those things. There's like a few different pieces of advice. There's a lot of different things out there, and networking and doing informational interviews with folks is a really good way to figure out how to conduct these interviews with different companies. But we can go ahead and get started. We're going to be sharing quite a few different positions here, but this is just a very brief snapshot of what we have available. We have approximately 120 direct hire opportunities for the veterans and military spouses, and over 85 SkillBridge opportunities. And to get started with the SkillBridge opportunities, Adrian's going to go ahead and share a few of the ones that he would like to talk about today.
Thanks, Matt. I really appreciate that. So for those of you that are just tuning in today or haven't ever tuned in to us before, I just want to mention that, of course, HireMilitary, we provide DoD SkillBridge program internship opportunities to eligible transitioning service members. Now, that's normally during the last 6 months of their service. And that service is pretty much calculated from that ETS or ETA or EAS date and then back from there. But for our certain ones, it's from 90 to 120 days. And at the end of those, there's a high probability that you will get a placement in those jobs. But specifically today, I'm talking about Gap Solutions. Now, with Gap Solutions Incorporated, they deliver diverse, scalable, and innovative solutions to their federal, civilian, and the defense partners to ensure mission success and enhance operational resiliency. So these two opportunities, pretty good opportunities, they are out of Herndon, Virginia. So recruiter is the first one. And then next, I'm going to talk about payroll and accounts payable administrator. Now, for the recruiter one, pretty much all you're doing is developing and maintaining a network of relationships, your specific relationships that are beneficial to recruitment for their goals. Also to contributing to the recruitment process and interviewing and making improvements as far as the goals for their company. A couple of the qualifications for this are going to be a minimum of a 1-year experience in a recruiting or human resources support function, and a bachelor's degree is preferred for this. But if you have say a GED or a high school diploma, and you do have a little bit of that experience, please shoot me a message or connect with us later, and we'll be sure to possibly get you some more information on that. Also, too, you could go on HireMilitary.us and find all the qualifications and all the responsibilities for this one and all of our other opportunities. Now, the next one, like I talked about, was payroll accounts and payable administrator. So for this one, pretty much you're going to be providing support to the payroll manager. That's who you're going to be reporting to, and processing biweekly, semi-monthly payrolls. Also maintaining accounts ledgers and verifying and posting account transactions. Now, a couple of the qualifications for this one is a high school diploma and approximately 2 years of payroll and AP experience. But those, like I said, were just a few or a couple of the ones that we have. We have over 85 on our site. So please go to HireMilitary.us and you can see all of them. All right. And also, if you have any questions, concerns, please leave them in the chat. We're going to follow up with you a little bit later.
All right, thanks, Audrey. I appreciate it. Again, those are the SkillBridge opportunities for the transitioning service members. I did see someone asking about, Carlos asking about, is there equivalent for veterans for SkillBridge? Unfortunately, there is not. There are companies out there that do paid internships. We personally don't have any of those with us. However, we do have the direct hire opportunities that we're going to talk about here in a second. Amber's going to go ahead and get us started with her direct hire opportunities that she'd like to share.
Thanks, Matt. Yes, let's move right along to our direct hire opportunities. And these are available for people that are looking for new opportunities immediately. They are not for those that are interested in a SkillBridge internship. So our companies that we partner with are nationwide. They are in various fields and industries, and they all partner with us for very unique reasons. A lot of them want the skill set from the military demographic. And additionally, we have a couple companies that approached us knowing that we work with military spouses and they understand the value that military spouses bring. So the first position that I'm going to be sharing today is a DevOps engineer. This is a remote opportunity. Our client is a startup company. They're based out of California, and they call themselves the pioneers of Python for GovCloud. They're actually looking for 2 people for a DevOps engineer. Their team is really growing. They have a team of 3 right now with some really significant growth going forward into the next year. So that career trajectory looks really, really exciting, as does their benefits and their salary. You can expect in this position to really be building and setting up development tools and cloud infrastructure, and also really working really closely alongside application engineers, their AI team, their ML team, and really just making things happen for them as they continue to grow in the coming year. So the qualifications for this position include 7 years of experience as a DevOps engineer or something similar. And they also prefer advanced experience with AWS, Terraform, Kubernetes, and Docker. This person must be willing to obtain a secret security clearance. So again, that's a DevOps engineer. It's completely remote. If you're interested, definitely drop it in the chat, and I will reach out to you after this. I have one more. I'm just kidding. I have 2 more, actually. I have a senior data analyst next. This position could be at multiple locations: Phoenix, Atlanta, Charlotte, Mason, Ohio, and Mooresville, North Carolina. So our client for this particular role has a global footprint, and they are really, truly a team of thinkers. In this position, you will be executing data solutions and data migration activities that are really based on their established processes that they have in place, knowing that they are a very established company. So qualifications for this senior data analyst include 5 years of full cycle deployments or projects providing data integration support, and 5 years of hands-on experience with ETL application or Oracle database development. Salary for this position, you're looking at around $130,000 annually. I have one more role. We don't have it posted yet, so I just kind of want to share the bigger details with you, but it's for a technical lead and a technical project manager. Both of these positions are going to be hybrid out of Baltimore, and they are with a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business. And one of the requirements does include a bachelor's degree in engineering, computer science, information systems, and they do prefer a PMP. So again, that's a technical lead and a technical project manager, hybrid out of Baltimore. We don't have it posted just yet, but you can expect that we'll have it posted by the end of the day. So if you are interested in any of these positions that I shared today, please drop it in the chat, connect with our team, and we'll share all of the information that we can. Over to you, Matt.
All right, thanks, Amber. Appreciate it. Those are some I saw some people definitely interested in a few of those. I'm going to share two specific job opportunities. The first one is an operations manager. This one's located in Augusta, Georgia. This is a very fast growing logistics company based in Augusta. They have some other locations like the Savannah area, and little pieces in South Carolina, but this one's specifically for Augusta, Georgia. They're looking for someone with extensive leadership in an operations environment. It is a logistics company, so any experience with logistics, even just supply chain background. A bachelor's degree with 4 years of equivalent work experience. That we've had some people start there. Very, very highly sought after veteran community. They have veterans on the team. They're trying to grow significantly. There's a good opportunity for growth into like a senior operations manager position, operations director position. A lot of good opportunity for growth, and it's only limited to your potential and what you are willing to put into the company and how much effort you're willing to put into the job. So it's a really excellent opportunity in Augusta, Georgia. So I've seen a lot of folks like that business administration background, but just having that experience in logistics, supply chain. If you're interested in it, put it in the chat, the operations manager. But the best thing you can do for any of these is go to HireMilitary.us and you can apply through there. The next one I have is the manager in training. It's in Mankato, Minnesota. This one is perfect for like a junior NCO, a squad leader type, somebody that's worked with 10 to 12 people at a time. That's a lot of folks coming out of the military. Most coming out even after just 4 or 5 years. You've been in some sort of leadership position. It's a perfect opportunity. So it's a manager in training. What that means, this is an excellent skill bridge opportunity. But again, so when the gentleman was asking about, the veteran equivalent to skill bridge, it's a manager in training. So you're getting paid for this. It's an 8 to 12 week program, depending on your performance. And you're basically training with one of the other managers in the region for 8 to 12 weeks with the high probability of being assigned as a general manager in Mankato, Minnesota. You'll travel to a variety of locations around that area. You complete the training program. Your final destination is going to be employment in Mankato. The pay is approximately $55 to $60K annually. And there's just so much opportunity for growth from there, because at that point you can go up to the regional side, you can go to corporate and do all kinds of different jobs within the company. There's just so much opportunity for growth. It's just unbelievable. There's so many opportunities. You don't get stagnant in one spot. And I know a lot of people coming out of the military, you're used to every couple of years, progressing to a new billet. You're moving, you're PCSing, you're doing all these other things. You're used to moving around to different positions, maybe not geographically, but just progressing within a company. There's a ton of opportunity for that. That's the two that I have to share. The operations manager in Augusta, Georgia. The pay for that one, I forgot to mention, is about $80,000 annually. There are some annual incentive bonuses associated with that. But if you're interested in either of those, put them in the chat. But again, go to HireMilitary.us. You can apply through there. If you want to upload your resume into that. And then, go through the job descriptions. If you're interested in any of them, start preparing a resume that's tailored to that specific job. It'll really help you out a lot. Just a few things that we want to touch on. So, we see some questions or some comments through the comment section. One of the, somebody asked about LinkedIn assistance. Some advice I have for that one personally is to set your location to the nearest major city. Because, as recruiters, we search on LinkedIn. One of the first things I do is I type in the location and who has a veteran background. So if you put your location as one of the nearest major cities, it'll help you populate that much better. A great place to learn all this, awkwardly enough, is on September 8th. So that's in 2 days at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Our CEO, Mike Quinn, is offering a free Mastering LinkedIn workshop. It's 1 to 2 hours long. You can register through uso.org/transition. You can see the link that's on the screen. Go to that website. You have to register with the USO, but it's a free program. 1 to 2 hours. He offers some amazing advice on networking, building your profile, all of the unique things about LinkedIn that I didn't know before, about a year and a half ago when I took it. I learned a ton going into it. And then fortunately enough, ended up getting the opportunity to work with HireMilitary, actually using these on a daily basis. And it's all great information, especially for people coming out of the military. But that's just some quick tips for LinkedIn. For the operations manager role, Matthew Kirkland asked if it's open for SkillBridge. There is actually a good opportunity. This is available for SkillBridge. Just send me a quick message. I'll find you on LinkedIn. We can start chatting some more, especially if I can find out timelines, because this is something I talk about. They're growing, so they're going to be looking for some more people. Another one is, somebody asked, hey, please define immediately. How fast is the hiring process? That does depend on the company and, how many candidates they have. If they have a ton of different candidates they're interviewing, it could take a little while. But if these companies are giving us the open recs, like, hey, we need people for these jobs, it means they're looking. And then, the sooner we can get you in for the screening, we can get your information over there, the better chance you have. So, being proactive on your part is huge too. One of the other questions was about, it wasn't really a question, it was a comment about somebody who was transitioning from active duty in April 2023, looking for SkillBridge opportunities. That kind of made me think, when is an appropriate time to apply for SkillBridge? Audrey, do you have anything you want to share about that?
Thanks, Matt. So yeah, I do actually have something I want to share. So pretty much, so for me, I'll go back personal experience. I thought getting a SkillBridge and everything was going to be super easy. I could pretty much almost do last minute, but it didn't work out that way. So for everybody going forward, do not be like me, right? What you need to do is a year out, I would say probably a year out, start planning, start thinking what you want to do. So specifically for like those Air Force veterans or Air Force active duty military that are on here right now, make sure you go to your education center, get that briefing that pretty much starts everything off for you, because you're going to need that before you could even apply for SkillBridge. But specifically, as far as when you want to start getting those jobs, I say that year out, you want to start looking, but probably I say 2 months before you hit that 6-month mark, you should be interviewing, right? Because like I said earlier, from that ETS or EAS date, 6 months back from there, that's your whole SkillBridge opportunity time frame. So I hope that helps you.
Yeah, thank you for that. I'm sure, I know it was just somebody, hey, this is when I'm transitioning. It just kind of made me remember, when I was getting out, mine was kind of an abrupt transition, dealing with some medical stuff, and then my timeline was cut short pretty quick. And, I wish I had that time and somebody to really help mentor me along the way. I was just kind of like pick up and go and try to figure it out. So that's so great for people that are watching to hear that. Another thing for SkillBridge, I think you can answer. Jake, one of our partner companies with Masonite, he was asking, can you talk about that high probability of employment?
So thanks, Matt, for that. So Jake, and not to be confused with Jake from State Farm, we actually have probably about a 97% rate as where from the SkillBridge, you go to the direct hire and you have that position. Now, a lot of the companies, if not all of the companies that we're dealing with, they love all our veterans, love all the SkillBridge people we're bringing through the pipeline, love our military spouses. But specifically for the SkillBridge piece, they actually put you through, and that's pretty much what SkillBridge is all about. They put you through that training to make it to where you're going to be that person once you transition on that ETS or EAS date to fill that slot that they were looking for. They make it real simple, and they train you all the way up to what they want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of different programs out there. There's some that are just in certifications. Ours is the high probability of employment. Yeah, there's no 100% guarantee. However, it is based on your performance. I can think of maybe 2 in the year and a half I've been here where they didn't get it because of their performance. The rest was they took another job or just wasn't what they thought it would be, something along those lines. The people that we work with, the companies we work with, they want to hire you. It's up to you as the individual doing this to put forth the effort. That's probably one of the best things I can say about that. Now, I did see some people that were interested in the LinkedIn workshop. Again, you go to the uso.com/transition, or sorry, uso.org/transition. The link is right there on the screen. You can go there and register. Set aside a few hours of your time. And if you've been through it, do it again. Share it with your networks. If you're transitioning out of the military, share it within your units. Try to set some time up if you're on the West Coast to be able to give them time to do it. It is super beneficial, and I can't stress that enough. I don't think I have anything else to add. Amber, do you have anything to add before we go?
I do. I have a couple of things really quick. Faith had asked about mentorship, if we offer mentorship. Unfortunately, we do not, but we partner really closely with American Corporate Partners, and they will provide you a mentor that's in industry. You kind of get to go through this process of sharing where you hope to be and where you're at and all of these things, and they will partner you with a mentor in industry. It's a really fantastic resource to utilize, so definitely check out ACP. It's American Corporate Partners.
Yep, it's a great one. I was saying I'm going to move to Tennessee. I'm going to be in this industry, move this location. I got assigned someone in a specific geographic location with a similar background as me. And they pair you with somebody that can really support you in the way you need it. But yeah, that's all we have for today. Again, if you are interested in any jobs, put some comments in there, but go to HireMilitary.us and apply through there. It was great chat with everyone. We'll be back here next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And thank you all for joining us.